Welcome. I need to get the stream up so I can check audio is fine. I hope it is. It is. Audio is good. Welcome back. VFL Division 1, round 7 here in Spain. Where is it? Let me get. Whilst we wait for people to head out on track, there we go. There's the first one there. Lap data and track map up. Where is race results last time out in the United Kingdom at Silverstone, obviously. Go on board with the McLaren, he's their first out. Once it loads, we had Lucas in the Red Bull winning with Zach in the Haas just behind, and the other Red Bull in Jens rounding out the podium. Never mind, I forget that was qualifying. In the actual race, Lucas did take his win from pole. Zach came in second, and George in the McLaren came in P3. Robert just missing out on the podium after, I'm pretty sure he had a poor qualifying, if I remember correctly. Yeah. But standings though. Actually, I'll go on board with his lap whilst I say about the standings. If it loads, that is. Fun. Constructors are loaded, but well, at the moment Red Bull leading the line with 223 points, Aston Martin chasing them behind with 157. Quite a big lead for them, but they haven't won it just yet. You never know what's going to happen. Alpine in third, closely followed behind Haas, 6 points between third and fourth right now. And then we got Mercedes and Williams 1 point behind them in fifth and sixth. McLaren in seventh after a good points haul brings them up past AlphaTauri. Then we got Ferrari in ninth and Alfa Romeo in 10th. And as saying that, McLaren comes across the line is a 1:12.7 for the first lap. I don't know who is next. Who was next? Lock up for the AlphaTauri there as they go wide. It has coming to the end of their lap now. Small lift off through that final corner and a downshift to 6th, but it's 11.3. Goes clear of pole. AlphaTauri behind a fire. Just an 11.4. His teammate, obviously with that mistake, falls down with a bad lap. They seem to be going again. Bit of curb, bit too much curb there. Alfa Romeo goes with a 12.0. Apollo also with a 12.0 goes third and fourth for the Italian teams. Well, I guess Alfa Romeo is Swiss, but Williams, though they're British, going up to P3 with Tristan. Maxi going P6 with a 12.3. Tristan with 11.6 as he goes wide. Jupe though, the Red Bulls are here. An 11.1 for the Red Bull of Jupe there. 240k spinning off, retiring from the session. Might be able to see what happened to them to here, if their car is still there as Tristan goes by. Yep, lost it on the exit of the sweeping left. Unlucky for the Haas. They did set a time 13.8, but not sure if that's really representable compared to everyone else's laps. 3 people still haven't set laps. Castor being one of them, and he's on his out lap right now, about to start a lap. The other 2, Dan and Robert, in the pits. Crest did set a valid lap time, and it was a 1:12.1, brings us up to P11. Dan is now out. Castor on his lap as well. First second split 21.6. I'm gonna look. Lucas actually goes at 11 dead. Didn't notice that. Sorry about that. I'm gonna quickly look at Lucas's second times. 21.5, 28.6, and 20.8. But anyway, back to the standings. As I was saying earlier, the drivers this time, Lucas in first with 135 points, 47 points ahead of his teammate in second. Red Bull dominating in real life and here in VFL. The 1-2 for them. Robert bringing his best Fernando Alonso impression in P3. Hopefully they don't drop off like a cliff in real life. Only 8 points behind Jens in the second place, but he's only 6 points ahead of Max in the Alpine in fourth. Then we got Danilo in fifth in the other Aston Martin, and we got the Haas of Zach, and then Jack in Mercedes. But Castor now, after his lap, goes at 12.3 up to P12. Dan's on his lap as well. I didn't see his sector 1 split, but considering he's always up there, normally doesn't have the best luck though. That is the issue. Disqualified, I believe, from qualifying after he got beached, I believe. Yellow flag in sector 3 though. McLaren is going slow, maybe out of fuel. It does look like it. 50.6 in second sector split. Bit of a correction there through that left-hander. Slight understeer through the right as well. Flat out through the second to last corner. Slight lift through there. Goes a bit wide, but comes across the line. P8, 11.8. Just behind Tristan, just ahead of the Mercedes. People coming out for their second runs now. But some people on runs right now. McLaren 2.5 tenths up from the first sector, coming up to second sector split. 3.5 tenths up. Lock up of the rears. That was close. Might have lost some time. Might have gained some time. Sitting P15 currently. Needs a good lap here. Needs a big improvement to get back up the field. Slight downshift. Stays on the throttle, comes across the line, goes P9, 11.8, just behind Dan. Maxi also on a lap. He's just over 1/10 up on his time. Coming off the second sector split, 2.5 tenths, 1.4 tenths gained in that second sector. Keeping it nice and close to the apex, doesn't give it a kiss. Slightly lifted the throttle, downshift, up to the line now, 12.1, goes up to P13. Needs some more improvements, but my controller battery is low. That would be awkward if it just dies mid-session. Kuski's in P3 at the moment on a 11.3, 2 tenths off P2, 3 tenths off P1. just over 1.5 tenths up. Bit deep there through that left-hander though, but still time to gain. Coming up to the line now, he's going to be wanting more improvement than where you got in the second sector split. Doesn't get it. 1.5 tenths improvement, stays P3. Apollo, I believe, popping up to P7 there with 11.6. JH, bit squirrely through that final corner, comes up to the line now, 11.8 to 8. Some slight improvement, doesn't move position. Maxi off on the final corner, unlucky for him. Alpha Tauri going wide, he's on it in lap. Castor, I do not know. Lucas goes fastest though. It's a new fastest lap at 10.8, bringing that gap back up to where it was and extending it more to his teammate and the competitors behind. Robert DS not saying his first lap though, after not going out early, saving a set of tyres, only go for the 2 runs instead of the normal 3 that other people are doing. Where can he set his Aston Martin? Kind of needs to be on the front row, but where's he going to be? No lift off, no gear shift, down in P7 for him, 11.5. Just under 2 tenths off his teammate, who is also out at the moment. Caden now setting off on his lap, we'll keep an eye on that. That's sitting P4 currently with 11.4. I believe I'll just go and sit on board with Caden here. As we go on board his lap, slightly down, nearly a tenth down on his time in sector 1, not the best for him. Still got 2 sectors to gain time though. All can change throughout the lap. Gained slight time through the second sector, but not enough. Still down on his time, 200ths down. Needs this final sector to be good. Might back off in general and just as he does, comes into the pits, saving that set of tyres, just going for that final run instead. But that's Donato on a lap now, coming up to the second sector split. Also slightly down on his time, 1.5 hundredth of a second. He's not pulling into the bits. He's setting this lap. Maybe gain some time for that final sector. Needs 17 milliseconds, 1 millisecond slower. Talk about consistency right there. Not the best for him. He's going to have 1 more lap to go. Needs to get around quickly to get back in the pits and still have time to set up a lap. Bit squirrely on the exit there for Fires. He's just over half a tenth up on his time, sitting P6 at the moment, 4.11429. Can gain some positions here with some slight time as well. If he maintains this speed at the moment, where this gap to his current time, he's still going to be moving up to P4, which is good for him. Second row of the grid. With that Alpha Tauri, who are struggling in the constructors. Coming through the final corner now, does improve one fractionally under a tenth of a second. 11.3 pushed up down up to P4 on the second row of the grid. Dan coming up to the line now himself. 11.8 his current time. Doesn't improve. 11.9. That's probably his last chance as people are coming out for this final lap. Gonna be battle for pole. Who out of Lucas, Jupe, Kusky, maybe even Caden if you can get a heck of a lap going. But it's probably going to be one of these three here. Lucas in provisional pole at the moment, holding that strong seat. But he's got competitors behind raring for that front row, that pole to be theirs. Everyone starting their laps now. Sorry about that, I had to do something. 2/10 up for Lucas, 2/10 up, 1.5 tenths up for Jupe as well. Kusky coming up to the first sector, fire retired. 1 millisecond up for Kusky. Kusky needs to be gaining a lot more time here because these two Red Bulls are going for it. That's for certain. Jupe losing some time in sector 2. 5-place grid penalty for men. There's collision with Tristan. Some carnage going on in sector 3. I think people just letting them by. Lucas down on his time now. Kusky out for this session. Dupe coming up to the line now. How much of improvement for him? 11 dead. He can't challenge Lucas here. Lucas coming up the line. He peels into the pits. He's given up. Doesn't need to complete his lap. Robert P7 as well. Apollo P9. Tristan P10. He's might be going for another lap. Dan is going for another lap though on his lap. Never mind. He has backed out of his lap. But it seems Lucas is going to take pole here. Some people still on laps. Believe. I don't know who's on laps, who's on in laps. I hate how you can't actually detail it. I guess you can. I guess I can this way. I think everyone is done. I believe so. Yes, everyone is done. Everyone last people peeling into the pits to complete qualifying. Waiting for the actual screen. Here we go. Lucas taking yet another pole position for Red Bull, and getting that. Actually, no, we don't have the pole point anymore, I don't believe. We might, I don't know. I forgot. But his teammate alongside him, Dupe, making it a double Dutch front row, double Red Bull front row. Kusky in P3, with Fire alongside him on the second row. Caden with Pedestinato on the third row. JH, Cress making that front row, then Robert and Apollo on that fifth row. Poor qualifying for Robert. Tristan as well down in P11. Tessa, then Dan. I ran out of time. God damn it. But okay, I'm preparing myself yet again for just go right into it because no formation lap and everything. I don't believe still, which is always fun. Here we go. 5 lights turning on. 5 lights are on. And it's foot to the floor as we go racing in Spain. Decent launch for Lucas. He gets the jump on Duke. No attack from him. But Fire is going to be attacking P3 hit. Go down the inside for P3 on the starting on the mediums. Good stuff from him, but doesn't get the move done. Pedestinato up to 5th as well. JH up to 7th, I'm pretty sure he's defending 7th. But the top 4 stay the same. Pedestinato up, I believe up 1 position. Yes, Caden down 1. Robert up 1 as he makes a move on Crest, but Crest is fighting back in the Alpha Tauri down around the outside. Robert defends position down the inside. Crest still backs out of it this time. One stop strategies for all it seems. 2 stop maybe. Pedestinato pushing on those soft tyres as he goes down the inside of Fire. Gonna be struggling on these first few laps as the medium's gonna be a lot slower than those softs. But Lucas holds his lead, 4.4 tenths the gap to his teammate Dupe. Kusky in P3, Pedestinato up 2 positions to P4, Fire in 5th, Caden in 6th, and we got JH in 7th, Robert P8 up 1 position in. Then we've got Cress and Tessa right on the back of the Alpha Tauri, already up 2 positions on those medium compounded tyres. Down the inside, maybe into. Down the inside there, can he make it? And they make it stick? Yes, they do. No fight back from the Alpha Tauri. The Mercedes up to P9. Whoo! Okay, I believe when he starts to settle, never mind. Tristan up to P11 now. There's Apollo having issues, gone wide there. His teammate comes through as well, but Apollo coming back down the inside. The McLaren also sticking a wheel up there as well. And the McLaren not enough grip to go down the inside, go around the outside, goes to looks at the switchback, isn't there along that fast right. Has to stick P14 for now. Dan down to P13. One DRS on. Apollo going to be after pushing hard to get back in that DRS of Tristan. Him following in that turbulent air is going to help him a lot more. top 4 on softs. Fire going for the alternative strategy on the mediums going to be, but thinking if he can stick with them, that's going to greatly help him in the long run. We've got Caden and JH also on the softs behind Robert, Tessa on the mediums. Then we got Chris, the AlphaTauri on the hards, as well as the McLaren down in P14 on the hards. Got a couple of soft runners near the back, and then everyone else on the mediums. Slight contact, I believe. Maxi peels into the pits, probably damage for him, as well as the McLaren. JH gets past Caden. Caden seems to be slightly struggling. A gap 1.6 seconds already to this front pack here. Fire just holding on, so is Pedestinato holding on to these three out front. Lucas still holding that lead. Dupe within the DRS, he's going to be holding up, he's going to be trying to get back that lead. Crest defending against Tristan. The hard tires not going to be helping that defense though. Tristan's going to be wanting to get that move done as soon as bloody possible. Going to be wanting to get through this train because they are just losing more and more time as DRS streets go by. You need to be staying in DRS on this track so much, because you lose so much time. Even with the tyre advantage, they are still losing time, a lot of time to the cars ahead, with DRS being so powerful, as you can see with that Alfa Romeo just breezing past, but the grip not helping them as the Mercedes goes around the outside here. Can they make it stick? Getting all twitchy there, Caden, not having a very touchy setup. Robert goes down the inside of the Mercedes this time. Mercedes off wide, losing position to the AlphaTauri and to the Williams behind, down to P11. But 3 seconds the gap to the front pack here. Talking to the front pack, Caden is off, he's lost it. The start of sector 3. Robert's going to be fighting to get in that DRS. Think he'd believe he got it. Yes, he did. Lucky boy. But Pedestinato is out right now. These three out in front, holding very close to each other. Kusky right on the gearbox. Caden retires in the pits. Safety car is out. I was going to try something. I'm not sure if it's going to work. But I did say to someone that I would do this if there was a safety car.
Welcome, Sky.
Well, welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, we are. I thought.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure audio is working.
So exciting. Well,
I just thought to get some thoughts for the race so far. Lovely.
And I have been quite slow, unfortunately, and screwed up quali, so. Are all the softs pitting now? That was the question. Unboxing. Oh, Martin, move your bloody thing.
Tristan, your voice is not on.
I don't know.
No. But anyway, I'll stay here until the
fresh mediums. I don't know.
Just
no fresh hards. I don't know.
I'll just see
That
how it
was
is whilst
that was
we're in
on the
safety
fly
car
decision
for
there. Oh,
you
I've had to double stack as
for
well.
you guys.
Right, I've allowed my voice.
Okay, there we
Alright,
go.
go ahead, Martin. Martin.
There we go. So, thoughts for the race going forward? How are you two going to be tackling this? I see Tristan, you staying out, which is
Yeah.
interesting. No, not sticking to your strategy. No,
Yeah, we
no
were
one
on the
going to
hards.
the end.
You see, we were on the mediums, so it kind of makes sense to stay out. But I don't know. I thought
Robert's
that the
brain
fresh.
doesn't work like anyone else's.
No, but I think Tristan will be quite slow because he'll have 20% more power, and he'll have already hit that
Interesting.
fall off cliff thingy. So he'll be about
Exact.
6 times
Full
slower.
laughing thingy, yeah, that wonderful
Yeah.
word.
23%.
And I
23%.
think I will catch you before the end of your stint, and I'll be able to go into fresh softs at the end. Or if there's a late safety car, it'll help me. And maybe these hearts go to the end. I don't know. Probably not though.
Hard's going to the end, maybe.
I don't
No.
think they
Lucas
will. But
Lucas is in P6 currently, and he's on fresh hards.
did everyone who boxed go into hards?
No, not everyone.
Well,
What is the
Caster's on
soft runners
mediums.
pit for?
Hards for the majority.
2 people on the softs, 1 on the mediums. Everyone else
Who's on the
hards.
mediums?
Mediums, the person right behind you.
That's the only one on mediums. Okay.
Yes.
Wait, Dupe stayed out and he's on softs.
Dupe
Jupe
stayed out
yeah.
on softs. Crest stayed out as well. But
He's on hards.
yes.
Is Tristan third? Oh,
Yeah. You would have been
And then-
third if you didn't pit.
I've been second.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I probably should have stayed out. I'm not gonna lie.
Probably would have been
Rule
leading.
1 of VFL racing. Always know there's going to be another safety car.
I got flustered because I was gonna be on stream.
You got like what's it called when you're like afraid to go on television?
Stage fright.
fright.
Stage fright, yeah, that one.
You know, if there's another safety car, I'd fancy these hearts to go to the ends.
I would
Interesting.
fancy pitting again for softs.
Well, if there's
Depends
another
when it
safety
is.
car, say in 2-3 laps time. Oh, what's happened here? What's happened to Caster?
Skill issue.
Well, he was
I
right
did not
behind
know
me,
that.
and he's lost 2 positions. So,
No visible damage on the car.
he seems to have spun or something. I don't
Maybe.
know.
Probably just spinning up the tires, heating them up.
I did that in
Is
my
he-
first race with no traction control.
Is
It
there
was
a
a
car
never
there?
lose
remember.
race.
There's
I
a car
remember
there
that
in
one.
between.
It was under
Lucas
safety
and
car. I was
Crispy.
trying to burn fuel and I
I've
spun.
done that way too many times as well.
I've only done it once and I learnt from my mistakes.
What tires are the Ferraris on?
Mediums.
Okay. And what tires is that McLaren behind Lucas on, Sky?
Hards.
Oof.
Safety
Oh,
car
we're
in
going
this
in.
lap. I will be leaving.
Okay, all right.
Bye.
Prediction
Good
for the
luck
commentary.
with the
There'll be
race.
an issue with that McLaren. Someone's gonna have an issue with the
Good
McLaren.
luck with the race. I will
Alright,
see you
thank
guys.
you.
Okay, insight for thing as we go green flag running, Dupe off into the sunset on the softs is going to be high percentage wear, but with his pace probably going to be still breaking away from the Alpha Tower behind. The Alpha Tower is no slouch though. Gonna be wanting to chase that Red Bull down as much as he can. Robert making moves already, so is Kusky. McLaren tries to defend, Kusky around the outside, makes the move stick himself. Robert makes the move stick on the Mercedes. Lucas also making moves, started P6 on the restart, already up past both Ferraris up to P4. He is a man on a mission. Predestinato, same with Kusky as well. Kusky's on a man on a mission as well. As you can see the Aston Martin going on the outside, the AlphaTauri trying to look up the inside of the McLaren, who stayed out on those hards. The AlphaTauri moves up into P9, gets past the other other Aston Martin down the inside as well. Great move from Robert, brings him up back up into the top 10. Kuski deploying that ERS, going blitzing past the Ferrari as he moves it up into P5. Roberts still battling with the McLaren. Issue for the Alfa Romeo as they get sent around. They're back down. They're down to P17 themselves. Not the best race for them, but still time to recover. Lucas down the inside of Tristan here, making the move for that final podium position up into P3. Can he make it stick? Tristan having the better traction, having the better exit, stays in P3. Protesting Nato up to P7. Yellow flag sector 2 for the Alfa Romeo. Fire in the AlphaTauri up to P8 as well. Robert as well going down the both down the inside of the Ferrari. People staying out, very much regretting it already. They are dropping like flies unless it's these top 3 here. Tristan, Claire, Duke 1.3 seconds clear, 10 lap old softs. They're going to be dying off very quickly, but Tristan making the move up into P2 on the AlphaTauri. Little love tap. Red Bull looking up behind as well, but Kuski right on the back of Lucas here. They were battling out early on before the safety car, first and third, but this man was in between them, but he's streaked off, trying to get as big of a gap as possible, but that gap is going to be coming down as the laps go by, as his tyres drop off. Robert round the outside of the Ferrari now, or Apollo's still there though. Apollo, he backs off this time as the Mercedes comes streaking past as well, losing 2 positions in one corner, down to P10. Robert and Tess up 1 apiece, 1.3 seconds. Pedestal Nata is going to be trying to get past, trying to push, getting that DRS. 1.1 the gap now. Just can he get there in time? Doesn't look like he got DRS. He's going to be under pressure from Fire then, but Cress with DRS here, he's going to be blitzing past Tristan as well. Same with Lucas. Kuski as well, maybe 3 positions losing for Williams, trying to stick around the outside. Kuski trying to go from the inside to the outside, doesn't have enough room on the exit of 2, has to back out, but Tristan still losing 2 positions. Yellow flag sector 1, and McLaren round. Lucas, 1 car left, and then gonna be pushing to get back in that DRS to get his teammate, who should be boxing in the next lap or 2 himself, gonna be far behind everyone else though. That is the issue with not boxing. His tyres are going to be dead. Tristan fighting with Kuski still. Kuski trying to go around the outside. Lucas looking down the inside there. Sneaky move it would have been. Staying behind for the DRS, trying to compromise lines maybe. DRS is going to be on now as he goes past Kuski. Also DRS looks, is slightly ahead down the inside into turn 1. Tristan taking the inside now, slight bit of wheel banging as Kuski emerges ahead, but Tristan's still right up close behind. Turning maybe ERS on, yes it is, trying to fight this position down the inside. Tristan Williams doesn't have the grip. The Haas takes the position up to the P4 for Kuski, down to P5 for Tristan, as I believe it's Fire around. Put Robert up into P6 as well, now right behind Tristan. Lucas 1.2 the gap. AlphaTauri picks up 3 seconds himself. Gonna be in DRS most likely for Lucas here. Kuski up into P3 now. The top 3 are back as they were before the safety car already. Tristan up battling with cars behind, that is Dupe into the pits. Brings Lucas up to P1, Kusky up to P2, and Crest in P3, but with this penalty, Robert would take that position. Tessa making the move up to P5, but Tristan says that no, goes for the dive bomb into turn 1, takes the position back. The Mercedes having to make avoiding action a bit dangerous from the Williams, but I mean, he stayed on track, so it is legal, albeit a bit dirty. Pedestinato did go wide in that on that last lap, losing a few positions. He is back in DRS of the cars ahead. Tristan not in DRS himself. Robert making the move now around the outside of the AlphaTauri, goes a bit wide. Might be awful wheels off track, might have taken a warning for that overtake there. With the Mercedes back past the Williams, and the Aston past the AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri having DRS here, going to be moving closer and closer down the inside. He goes, and down the inside he stays, but Roberts, Aston holding tight there, holding his inside line, making the move, but down the inside again. The AlphaTauri still on the outside, has to back out this time as they drop down to P4. Duke down in P13 currently on the mediums. Hards maybe pitting, maybe not, probably not though. So this could be interesting to see if he can get back a whole pit stop. Probably not, but I wish him all the best, because you never know what could happen. He has a lot of pace. 20 something laps on the mediums. They're going to be probably dead at the end, but he's going to be counting seconds. He's going to be catching seconds on these first few laps. But back up to the front, Mercedes down the inside of the AlphaTauri. The Williams goes flying down there as well. Goes around the outside as the Mercedes up to P4, Williams up to P5, AlphaTauri down to P6, down to P7. Make that as the Aston goes down the inside there, but defends well, takes position back, but the switchback is on. Pedestinato up into P6. AlphaTauri still trying to fight that for P6. Still trying his best on those worn hards, I believe he's on. Yeah, 15 laps, been on them since lap 1. But can't do much. JH up to P8, ahead of Maxi. Back up to the front though, focusing on these two. Lucas 2 seconds clear of Kusky. Tristan making the move on the Mercedes, back up to P4. These two having a terrific battle, trading positions back and forth. Robert trying to chase down Robert ahead in P3, 1.5 the gap, but slowly losing time overall since they are battling hard. Do have someone behind though, waiting in the wind, that be it Predestinato, hoping for a mistake, swooping by, getting for some free positions. But lap 17 though, Kusky's brought down the gap a few tenths this lap. Lucas maybe can Husky maybe pushing with the ERS, yellow flag sector 2, the other Haas round. 3/10 gained on that lap for Husky. Needs to be doing that for the next few laps, getting DRS. Maybe we have a battle for the lead. But it needs to be perfect. Mercedes up into P4, fire up to P8 as well. After his little spin a few laps ago, makes the moves needed to get back into that position of P5 he was earlier, I believe. Oh no, P4 I think it was. These two maintaining the gap but pulling ahead of Robert. Nearly 5 seconds the gap to P3 for these two here. No moves coming into sector 3. There's going to be moves down in turn 1 though, most likely Tristan making it, but as this, never mind, the safety car comes out as everyone goes past the pits. Some people coming in, Mercedes and the Alpine as well as the Red Bull. Dan picks up a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car. Unlucky for him. What tyre is everyone going to be on? I believe that is yellow. That is yellow. Those are red. So Mercedes opting for the mediums, Alpine and Red Bull opting for the softs, Ferrari opting for the mediums themselves. Will other people pit? They aren't behind the safety car, so they can push, but they are on Delta. As the leader Lucas does come into the pits for some fresh tyres. Same with the Haas behind. No, Robert. I feel like I know what happened to him. Weird stuff when you go into AI in the pit lane at Spain. It just takes a hard it just goes left hand down when you pull it out, when you pause. He picks up a 3 seconds, stays out, doesn't get those fresh tyres. Same with his teammate as well. Lucas comes out P3 behind the safety car. Now these two are going to lose so many positions now if they do box. That is very, very unlucky for them. Gonna check the Discord chat, see if anyone is saying anything. If anything has happened that we missed. Not much going on, people focusing, it seems. But it will come up to the safety car. Will the Astons pit? Robert does, Pedestal. 'Nato' stays out. Would be funny if you got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane after all that's happened. Boxing for softs though gonna come out P12, and he should be P4. That is a big yikes. Big yikes for Robert. I feel bad for him, but at the same time I don't, because it's bloody hilarious. But at the same time I do feel bad. But I feel like I'm presenting Top Gear now. Issue with feeling bad, but also laughing at them. It's how I am right now. Holding in the laughter. You know, act professional, even though this is very not professional. It's the furthest thing from it. But anyway. lap old hards. He's pulled a Charles Leclerc. How long will it take for people to get past? I'm saying could probably P5 by the end of Sector 1. Actually, probably not. Lucas is going to be off. Actually, to be honest, Kasky is right behind him, so this could be a battle for the lead. It just depends when they get past the Aston Martin here. Safety car should be in this lap, so get back to green flag running in a sec. Run down on the tyres once again, as you can see on your the left hand side of the screen. Personato on 15 lap old hards, the only one to stay out. Lucas, Kasky on the softs, Tessa on the mediums, Tristan and Cress on the softs as well. A bunch of people. There's like, I mean, I understand why people would go for the mediums, but with the safety car laps, surely you would want to go for the softs. Because, I mean, we literally saw earlier that it was like, you could see with Dupe, who's... What on earth has happened? I ain't questioning it one bit. But anyway, Dupe down in P10. I don't know what's happened to that. He's beached. Not again. Not again for Dan. He's beached, but Pedestinato has gone. Safety car in. Caution the yellow flag, sector 3. Pedestinato's gone. Lucas right on the back of him already, pushing for that P1 already. Here he goes down the inside, taking the position, and off into the sunset he goes. Unless that Aston Martin has some sort of miracle. Bloody hell, that Haas was closing quick. Dupe up to P8, Robert up to P11, Success up to P5. Some penalties are here though. Just going down the inside of the Aston Martin, taking P3 up into that podium position, not staying out staying out on that first safety car seems to be the good decision from him. There's more position is lost for the Aston Martin as he's down to P6 now. Make that Jupe, the closing speed, but Jupe nearly rallied into the back of him. Could be 3 abreast there. No, the Mercedes boxed in. The Alpine going down the inside of one Mercedes. Make that 2 Mercedes. Slight bit of contact. Wheel banging there. The Alpine go down the inside there, gaining both positions past Mercedes. Robert making moves as well. Down the inside he goes. Just avoids contact with the Alpine. Moves up to P9. And Maxi up to P8. Make that P7 if you can make this slick. Round the outside of Pedestinato. And there goes Maxi up into P7. Compromised line may hurt him down this straight. Should be fine though. Slightly wide on entry. Fine on the exit. Robert down the inside of his teammate. Up into P8 for him. Up further ahead is these three battling out for the win it seemed. But Lucas just missing out on not breaking DRS, but Pedestinato round him staying out did not work well, that's for certain. DRS enabled this lap. 1.3 the gap behind this train here. Make that just over 1 second. Quest pushing hard to try to get within that 1 second, but Kuski out of that 1 second. Lucas breaking that DRS. Gonna be putting him under pressure from Tristan here. It's kind of settled down further behind, not absolutely crazy like that last lap. Overtakes left, right and bloody centre. Only one maybe happening is right here. Mercedes right on the back of the McLaren, looking down the inside there, but no move able to be had. Further ahead, Tristan right on the back. Under 2/10 now. Gonna be able to make the move easy as you like. DRS enabled. Maybe not as easy as you like. Never mind. That camera angle was fooling me. It looked side by side halfway down the straight, but no, I switched back and Tristan was way gone. Up into P2 though for the Williams. Lap 26 out of 33, 1.6 the gap to P1. Will he be able to close it in time, get into DRS, or Kuski? Them two just be battling for P2. Lucas goes into the sunset, taking his, I don't know, probably I think 4th win or 5th of the season. Maxi right on the back of Duke right now. Same for Fire and his teammate, but I believe AlphaTauri are not really attacking each other, but these two are going to be attacking each other. Alpine and Red Bull, no team correlation there. Alpine with the DRS on, no ERS available, but still gets past. Aston Martin goes down the inside as well, takes P7, droop down to P8, losing 2 positions on that straight. Coming back at him though, maybe down the late move, late lunge, no takers there. Looks down the inside there on the next left-hander, but backs out of it. Doesn't go for the move. All over the Sochi Cup there. Lost him a few tenths there. 3/10 the gap. No ERS to be had. DRS not strong enough on that short straight to make the move. It's going to be the same again, it feels like. The one at the front of this little 3 going to be losing 2 positions, but someone else losing positions right now. Tristan loses P2, Kusky up into P2 himself. Rock further back though, Robert up as well. 3 doesn't go into 1. That was mighty close. Red Bull going in between the two, the Alpine and the Aston Martin. That was bloody close for both of them. Fire did get past his teammate though, up into the DRS. Oh, trying to get into the DRS, that's for certain. The medium's probably going to be the better tyre now compared to everyone else. Compared to the softs. In the DRS now, but with this slight train, is he going to be able to make the move? Telemetry quickly. Slight bit of ERS. Tristan moves up into P, takes back P2 from Kusky. Further behind, Dupe bringing himself up into P6. Robert not backing down though, have to let off the throttle. He's getting too much speed on the exit of 2. He needs to get close enough to Tristan to overtake him on the next start finish straight. I feel like maybe he could be on for P2. Maybe if the softs die off that much, maybe he could on the last lap maybe fight for P1 maybe. Because Lucas, he's out at DRS but it's not that far ahead. Less than 2 seconds. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be overtaking Tristan, but he might get Kusky here. Don't believe so. Not enough speed with that DRS, not helping his situation whatsoever. Stays P4 for this one. Further back though, Robert not making moves. 2 Mercedes battling out though for P9. Them 2 swapping positions, but fire down the inside of Kusky as Kusky goes wide onto the grass. Be certainly looked at post race. I didn't catch all of what happened, but could be some foul play there from the AlphaTauri. Up into P3 though, his teammate up into P4, Kusky down to P5, losing 2 positions. Tristan 6/10 buffer zone for DRS, make that 5/10. Is going to be going down with these tyres dying off quickly. This does bring back maybe these 2, or these 3 I should say, into the battle with Kusky. I don't know. They are less than 2 seconds away. Fire maybe sustaining some damage there because he's losing more and more time to Tristan, and Tristan is gaining time to Lucas ahead. 1.4 the gap now. Needs to really get in DRS this lap. If not, that fight for the win is going to be over. But 9/10 the buffer zone to behind for DRS, make that 8/10. Going up and down. all the time. Great race for AlphaTauri, I will say that though. P3, P4, not doing the best in constructors, but this race has been great for them. Points wise, Tristan picks up 3 seconds. Oh, that changes everything. That does indeed change everything. Going wide on that final corner, I believe. Picking up this third warning. Fires, that brings him up to a net P. A net PE2. If he can keep keep close. Teammate does overtake him, trying to build that buffer zone behind. Round about 2 seconds to Kuski here. Needs to gain a second in 2 laps against this man. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that, but he'll sure give it a go. That is for certain. Lucas still out 1.5 the gap, maintaining the lead. Not really under threat now anymore as he's going to start this final lap. Lap 33 of 33 here in Catalonia. No EOS like flashing, but he doesn't really need it. No need to defend. 1.8 the gap now. 1.9 Fire re-overtakes his teammate. .9 seconds. Needs to stay within a second here. Robert DS making it past Dupe. Nearly into the DRS Sikorsky as well. That's going to help him defend for these last few sectors. Yellow flag sector 2 again. McLaren the cause for that, but it's set in stone now. I think we know our winner for today's race. A masterful display. Never really in doubt. He's always had it under control. A few safety cars put in a bit of hindrance, but Lucas takes the win here in Catalonia. It's 5th of the season, I believe. 5th or 6th, I do not know. But great from him, as Fire with Tristan's penalty takes P2. Tristan nearly getting the gap, only 6/10 the difference. He takes P3, Kuski in P4, Dupe takes P5, Maxi P6, Robert in P7 after his penalty. Might get removed because I believe that whole thing with the pit lane is an AI issue, where it just goes left hand down when you pause it when you're entering the pits. But the Mercedes in P8, P9, and Apollo in the Ferrari round out the top 10. Cress, even though he finishes P4 on track, multiple penalties, brings him down to P11. Castle in P12. Alahas 240k in P13. Pedestinato taking the old way around. Coming across the line in P14, staying out, not the best for him. Going the stylish way. Anyway. But to say it again, how the final order, Lucas taking the win from pole, also fastest lap, 4 seconds ahead of Fire in P2, Tristan rounding out the podium, Kuski after his off with Fire down in P4, Dupe bringing it back up to P5 after his botched strategy on the first safety car. Maxi in P6, Robert in P7 after his penalty, JH and Tess on P8, P9. Then we got Apollo rounding out the top 10. But that's it for this week here in VFL. Hope everyone has enjoyed, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same place.